Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am hitting up 2 estate sales today. Neither one of them are first day of the estate sale, which is good from, 50% off perspective, but bad from totally picked over perspective. One of them, the one I'm going to go to first, is really interesting. It has like so much art. Now, a lot of it is art that she made, but some of it is really so cool looking that I think if I can get some of it cheap, then I think I can flip some of it online. And then the second one is also a third day estate sale, and it is a little bit less vibey for me than the first one. But let's hit the road and get digging through those piles. Okay guys, well, I ended up going to the less vibey sale first just because I was literally driving right past it. So it just seemed to make more sense. Okay, sounds good, thank you.
We're Central Alabama Sports. You got a car sport? Because I might be going to the boat. You can look it up and make a wait. You can get on the list. Sometimes they just fly through it. What's it called? Central Alabama Sports. This one was, let me show you this one. This was ahead of Palmetto. This one was January 4th. They killed him on the 8th. This was on our.
He was waiting on him, but he missed him. He was pretty.
He was 16.
I didn't know there was beer down along the 1988.
Exactly.
I got no bed. When I first started going,
Piece charger set. What the heck is that? Okay, these shoes were super interesting because they had little Velcro attachments and you could interchange the different colored flowers on them. However, I found 0 comps, and then when I did find vintage wedge sandals like this, the comps were really low, so I just left them. These are cute. Ooh. Fit flops. She had a pair of fit flops, which I love to sell. However, these were just so worn that they were totally not worth picking up. These Nine West, cute. These. And it's hard to see it in this lighting, but these were so filthy. They just weren't worth picking up, even though I normally love to pick up Crocs. So none of these bags were anything special. I did pause a little bit over this one because it was pebbled leather. It was made in Italy, but then it had so much schmutzy on it that I was just going to have to work so hard to clean it. And for an unknown like that, it wasn't worth it as far as I was concerned, so I left it behind. So far, nothing. I don't know if you could tell by my sigh of discontent, but none of these clothes were really hitting my vibe. They were all kind of like just like Walmart brands and nothing that was at all fun.
These are soft.
These were the softest leather. These are Cole Haans, and they have this cute little side zip. They were in fabulous condition. I want to say there's like a size 7. I was wishing they were my size because they are really, really pretty.
Very soft. Okay, one pickup.
Okay, these are GH Bass, and I've never sold them before. And typically, I don't even pick them up because they're just meh. But this like vintage pair with the braiding down the side was a total vibe, and I happily threw them in my bag. I was pleasantly surprised to find that these were Vionics. I love selling Vionic.
Pretty good shape. Bear traps.
Good morning. Okay, this is the super RC house. However, it was also super in disrepair. But she really had so many cool features to this house. I went breezing through her kitchen supplies. Nothing was terribly high end or anything that would really knock your socks off.
She's got a bunch of wooden springs, like they used to hit us with. Yeah. That was the pain.
So you see what I mean, that she was an artist, and all these things are things that she made. But nestled right in the middle is this little stuffed animal that at first I thought was a Webkins, and it's not, but it is this shooting stars dragon. And I found solds between like high 30s all the way up to $50. Okay, if you see that red game box in the background leaning up against the fireplace, that is something like Mean and Magic or something like that. Anyway, some of them can sell really, really high, like $100, $150. This was not one of them. I did see several listed really high of this version, but 0 sold for that amount. So I left it behind. So here are just some more of her trinkets, and they really are cute. They're very pretty, but they were priced really high for stuff that, to my way of thinking, doesn't have a big following. So, you know, if you were really into like figurines or something, you hit gold. But otherwise, I was not definitely willing to roll the dice. And The last thing I need is more flatware to list. However, this one piqued my interest. I thought it might be sterling. However, I couldn't make out anything on the handle, and I just totally abandoned the idea altogether. So this was the Christmas room, and there was a lot of like holiday stuff, not just Christmas. There was a smattering of Halloween and Easter thrown in as well, but none of it was terribly good. I did pick out a few things, which you'll see in a minute, which I thought had merit. But other than that, a lot of it was just kind of like Hobby Lobby-ish. Okay, I freaking loved these ornaments. They are hand blown from Slovakia, vintage. Set of 4 was $20, but it was half price day, so I paid 10 a set for all 3 sets, and I love them. This thing was so interesting to me. So it looks just like the Department 56 gumdrop trees, but it's not. It's Hallmark, and there were none listed, none sold. So I took a chance on it, thinking it might be some super rare gumdrop tree. I don't know if I'm going to get lucky with this, but it was really cute, so I decided to just throw it in there anyway. Oh, I sure do love vintage Christmas. Oh my gosh. What is this?
Just very blank. But I wrote it all half in there as part.
Okay, now I'm going into the basement, and this is for sure a way different vibe. It was disgusting down here. I even filmed a portion where I was in a closet, and I just deleted the footage because the whole time I was freaking out thinking that I was going to get jumped by a mouse or a cockroach or something. It was just, everything was just kind of dirty and gross. I did see an Atari there, but that's just not in my wheelhouse. Now, this MAD, I don't know about MAD. I feel like there are some things that can sell, so I always usually do a scan, but to date, I have yet to find something that's a good sale, so maybe I just need to abandon the premise of ever picking up anything by MAD magazine at all. Then I looked at this Wilton Santa cake pan. I thought, well, it's super cute. It's, Christmas. It looked vintage, but there were a ton listed, not a ton that were sold. And again, I just wasn't feeling it, so I kind of left this one behind as well. Now, this little thing in that black case I missed in my first pass through, but I saw it leaning on top of that Atari, and so I opened it up and was really surprised to see that it was a halfway decent looking, what I thought was a sander, but it apparently is just a paint eater, which is even better for my purposes because there's a few things in my house that I need to refinish. So I picked it up really thinking it was for me because it was only $12, so I only paid $6 for it. But I was really surprised to see that it resells close to $50, so I might use it and then list it. Okay, and so this is me putting it in my bag with my lovely vintage Christmas ornaments. Somehow, nothing got broken. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest with you. Hey guys, welcome back to the haul. This is going to be a short haul because even though I went to 2 sales, I did not pick up that much. I mean, there just really wasn't a lot to be found. The artsy sale was super gross. Like, there was just so much stuff, and it wasn't like in a good way, you know. Like, I am not shy with digging through piles, but so much of the stuff, I was waiting for something to jump out and grab me, and there were so many smells, all the smells. It really was gross. And then a lot of the stuff that she was selling or that they had were things that she had designed. Like, they had these cute little purses that she had designed. I probably wouldn't have picked them up anyway, but they wanted $75 each for them. I was like, are you out of your minds? I mean, I wouldn't even pay $75 for a Coach bag. I'm certainly not going to pay them for this no-name brand bag. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing about the bags. Maybe. I don't know. But I did pick up a few things at each of the sales, and I spent a total of $57 for everything. So the first thing that I got, I love. It is this vintage Hallmark gumdrop tree. Look at how cute. And they have all of the like not spun sugar, but just the sugar detail. It is stamped on the bottom. It did me no good to scan that barcode. Nothing came up. I could not find a single listing for, oh look, one of my little doohickey things. It must have fallen off somewhere because I swear there was one on there. Anyway, I could not find any listed comps or sold comps. However, the Department 56 versions of these sell halfway decent. So, I mean, I'm still going to list it. I don't know really what I'm going to list it for. I kind of have to mull that one over. But I just thought it was so dang cute, and all of the little gumdrops are interchangeable. Anyway, just loved it. Really would like to keep it for myself, but I don't need any more Christmas stuff. Okay, I was really hoping to find, you know, like a really good ornament. And this one is halfway decent, but not terribly good. This is what it is stamped. I don't know. I cannot remember. It's something Canyon. And so this is probably only going to go for about $10 or $12. But I just thought it was interesting. Of course, I'm always looking for the little Radco charm hanging off of the vintage ornaments, and I did find one, but it was busted, so I left it behind. Now these I took a chance on, and I actually got 3 sets of these. I'm just gonna hold up one of them. I loved them. They are vintage hand blown heart with, I guess that's glitter, decorating the side, and they are from Slovakia. And so I have 4 of the purple. I have 4 in this beautiful teal blue. And then I have 4 that are in hot pink. And aren't they just beautiful? I just loved them. So anyway, these were 20 bucks a piece, like 20 for all 4 pink, not 20 a piece. But it was half price day. And so I only paid $10, so $30 for all 3 sets. And I thought that was worth it. I have found some comps for similar listings where one of the ornaments is selling for $12. So I am going to lot them together, but as 3 separate lots. So pink, blue, purple. And I'm hoping I'll get at least $30 per lot. I mean, I'll keep you posted on my progress with that. I'm really not sure because there aren't a terrible huge amount of them listed or sold. So I'm kind of winging it, but they just, to me, they were so delicate and in such great condition that I just thought I would take a chance with them. Okay, I picked this guy up, and these guys can do okay. This one is new with all of the paperwork. You can see that he hasn't been opened. He still has the little scissor thing in place and it's all sealed up. I want to say I saw a comp for like $30 sold, new, sealed. Not 100% sure, but I will definitely flash it up. But I thought that was worth picking up. I like picking up things like that. And then, oh, let me see. All right, I did grab this Wagner paint eater. And I was a little bit on the fence because I didn't know if it worked. But I figured it was listed for $12. I mean, she had a $12 price tag on, so $6. And I thought, I'm just going to take a chance. It works beautifully. Now, these can sell for between $40 and $50, pre-owned with the case and with a replacement head. I think I'm going to hang on to this for a hot minute because I have a couple of pieces of furniture that I need to sand down and to refinish, and then I'm going to sell it. But I thought this was a great pickup. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a little dusty. Everything in this lady's house was a little dusty and a little musty. And I kept low-key thinking that cockroaches were going to come spilling out because it looked like nobody had been through that house in 100 years. Oh my God. This was caked with so much crap, and naively, I just plugged it in and turned it on, and it went everywhere. But this is what it looks like, and then you just unfold this little doohickey. And as somebody who has in the past sanded, like hand sanded furniture, I'm super stoked about this because this is going to cut that job in half. And so it also came with one of these. So yeah, for $6, that was a steal. All right, the last 3 items are shoes. I grabbed these Cole Haans vintage made in Italy. You can see it, and they are a size 7.5. They are in beautiful condition. Like, this leather is so buttery soft. I was wishing they were 6.5 because I would totally keep these, but I'm thinking I'll get between $25 and $30 for those. I grabbed these little Vionic flip-flops. They were in great condition. She had a bunch of other flip-flops that were in terrible condition. I love picking up fit flops, particularly fit flops that are like bedazzled and have bling on them. They just always move for me. And she had a couple of pairs of those, but they were in really poor condition. So I was happy that these were in such great condition. I'm thinking these will go for about $25. And then the last pair of boots is this little set, and they're so dusty because they're so old, of Bass. They are Bass Flex, and these are in a size 6.5. These are so cute. Look at that little braid detail on them. Also buttery soft, also in really, really good vintage condition. I think these are going to go for about $25 to $30 as well. All right, guys, that is a very short haul. But, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. You just go and you plug away at it and you come home with like 10 things in your bag, which, to be honest with you, is not necessarily a bad thing because I got to get caught up. So anyway, that's everything for this haul. As always, if you like thrifting content, hit subscribe down below. I will catch you guys next week. Bye, guys.